Please use this app responsibly, watch first and practice later. The teapot shape is a foundation skill that helps open the doors for us figure skaters to doing sit spins, so let's learn.
There are two ways to descend into a teapot. The first and easiest is to bend down on two legs until we hit our lowest point with our heels drawing back and our chest and stomach squishing down onto our thighs. So we end up with those heels drawing back towards the butt, stomach coming down towards the thighs. This is our starting position before we start to release our choice of leg. Releasing, 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 sliding that foot forwards in order to allow it to come off the floor. Impossible to do standing still without falling on your butt. So if we take that one more time, we're gliding forwards, descending, sliding. You notice how I keep the arms extended in front of me and pointing down towards the ground. This encourages the slight forwards bias, which keeps our position closed. If we open that position, open up the gap between the stomach and the thighs, the butt is going to go down, the feet are going to slide out in front of us, and we are going to meet the floor really quick.
A teapot needs travelling speed to remain balanced, so approach with a few pushes. Make sure you've crouched down nice and strong before you begin to slide away your foot, and make sure those arms stay reaching ahead of you.
If you've had a few goes at trying the teapot already and find yourself skittering along the floor, mystified as to why it's not working, let's add a couple of additional tips in here. So as we descend downward and we're allowing our one foot to escape the floor, quite often a small amount of counterbalance may help. So a little tiny bit of lean across away from the leg that you're raising can be of assistance. If we overdo it, we'll end up falling. Our second point, we want to make sure that the knee and the foot of our remaining weight-bearing leg stays true underneath us. If we have a tendency for our legs to bow when we bend or knock inwards when we bend, that one leg by itself is going to do exactly the same thing when we descend into our teapot. So it's going to be important to develop a sense of discipline so that we don't get rotation that we don't want or lean that we don't want inside of this move. And if we do happen to take hold of that leg, be mindful you want to maintain it at a low level parallel to the ground. If we try to use that leg to grab hold of and to brace with, very often we'll end up raising that leg and sending ourselves down to the ground in double quick time. Recovering from our teapot, all we need to do is allow our foot to come back down and then gently unfold your concertina from your point of being squished all the way down to the floor. So we've had our teapot, it's worked, foot down and unfold.
So now let's see those points in action. As we descend, we're going to first of all notice that the free leg is never going above the horizontal line. It's always slightly forwards and downwards, as are the arms. And this time we're going to focus on the recovery phase. So once we've been down in our teapot and we feel that's long enough, foot back in and then gently unfold.
Now, the second and slightly more demanding method to descend into our teapot is from a 1 foot glide. So we would skate building our momentum, take a strong glide on 1 foot to establish our balance. Then we would have to draw our free leg from the back underneath us, start to squish down into our teapot, and again, same process on the way back up, unless you're feeling particularly bold and want to ascend on one leg also.
Let's take a look at that 1 foot descent in profile view. We see the stroke has happened, the free leg is drawing forwards underneath, and we start to tuck down into position. Really important to keep that heel off the floor. There's a strong use of the hip flexors to prevent that foot from touching the ground.